When you talk about bumping a player, it's pretty much...
Great courage. One that says the bump is dead, that's how you deliver it.
What is going on, YouTube universe? My name is Trent and welcome to the Hip and Shoulder, where we discuss everything Australian rules football. And it is that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen. With round 18 upon us later tonight, it is time for us to lock in our tips ahead of another weekend of AFL action. But we've got to do some housekeeping first. If you're familiar with the content I do here on this channel, you might have noticed there hasn't been a round 17 round recap podcast drop yet. I've been incredibly ill over the course of the past week. My daughter has been ill, my son's been a little bit ill as well, so we've just taken the time to kind of try to get ourselves right, and I haven't been in a physical state to be able to sit down in front of the camera and go through everything that the podcast requires me to do. However, I am feeling a lot better now, so I am hoping maybe over the weekend I can drop the podcast, albeit a little bit late, so we can just stay up to date with what we're doing there. Also, before we lock in our tips for round 18, we always take time to reflect on the round that was. And round 17 was a roundabout round for me. I got 5 out of 9. It wasn't the best round at all, considering there were a couple of games that I mentioned could have gone either way, and I chose not to go that way with the tips, and it cost me in the end. We had Collingwood take on Essendon to kick off the round. We tipped Collingwood by 17. It ended up being Essendon by 12 in what was, I believe, the first convincing win that Essendon has had in the last couple of months. Gold Coast fumbled the ball against North Melbourne after I said North Melbourne were every chance to get up and win this game. Damien Hardwick was not happy. Port Adelaide knocked off the Bulldogs by a lot more than I thought they would. Geelong got the job done against Hawthorn. GWS took it to Carlton, and I did say GWS were a chance at home. Fremantle absolutely destroyed my boys up in the West. Melbourne defeated West Coast very soundly. Sydney again, losing a game where Logan McDonald had the chance to kick the sealer and fumbles the ball. And Brisbane stop a very quick finishing Adelaide outfit to hold on by 11 points. So 5 out of 9 was my best return. However, there were a few this week that did a lot better than myself, including the man that tipped 8 out of 9 correctly. I believe it was Sydney that cost him a perfect round. Majtig 77, 8 out of 9. Absolutely unreal. Sir, congratulations to you for tipping the most correct amount of tips this particular week. And turning our attention to the total tips, we still do have a definitive top 10. In 10th place, on 91 tips, we have Benny Craig. In 9th place, we have Matt Lamb 24. In 8th place, we have Saintly 12. And in 7th place, we have Madge Tig 77, all equally on 92 tips. In 6th place, on 93 tips, we have Team Wiggles. In 5th place, we have My Big Force Kin and Some Cripple, both on 95 tips. We have Dan Cash on 96 tips, as well as Frio 90 on 96 tips. And Dusty Fendoff 4 taking a 1-tip break ahead of the pack on 97. So congratulations to everybody currently in the top 10. Congratulations to Dusty Fendoff 4 for currently leading the competition heading into round 18. And as far as my luck goes, I did move up. I'm in 19th, 4 tips behind the lead. I don't know whether this round is going to be a round that's going to help make me, move up the ladder. But hey, if I can finish in the top 10 after the year I've had, I will take that as a huge win. Round 18, we have some very tasty matchups, some of which I don't know how the games are going to fall, given some key injuries, some outs for both teams. It's going to be very interesting, but we've got Collingwood tonight at the MCG hosting Geelong. Geelong currently on the rise, Collingwood currently on the decline, and Collingwood going in without Brody Myercheck, but they bring Jamie Elliott back in. Geelong still don't have the perfect mix, I believe anyway. to really be that threatening. I think Collingwood win this one in a close contest. I am going to take them. Yes, I'm aware I've got to lock in my tip first again. I'm going to take Collingwood by 10 points, but I'm really looking forward to this contest. University of Tasmania Stadium. Hawthorn taking on Fremantle. Very interesting, because Hawthorn down in Tassie, you normally wouldn't back against them, but with the way Freo's been playing, it's hard to back against them as well. I am going to go Hawthorn because of the Tasmania edge, but Fremantle here, this could be a late swap for me, and I'm really feeling it could be a change. You know what? I'm going to go Fremantle on the upset, because I just vastly love what Fremantle's doing. I think they're going to prove a little bit too strong for Hawthorn. Sydney, North Melbourne, SCG, without Isaac Heaney, because the AFL are fucking ran by a group of clowns, and the AFL is going to continue to be a circus while clowns are still in power. Sydney's still going to win without Isaac Heaney quite comfortably here. I don't think North Melbourne will threaten them at the SCG whatsoever. Marvel Stadium, the Bulldogs taking on Carlton. Very good contest this is going to be. I think Carlton are going to be way too strong. Adelaide Oval. Adelaide taking on St Kilda. Adelaide finally showing a little bit against Brisbane last week up at the Gabba. I think they go home and win. MCG. Huge contest this. I'm going Essendon over Melbourne. If Max Gawn had been playing, I might have reconsidered, but no Max Gawn. They haven't opted to bring in Fullerton. They have opted to bring in Harrison Petty. I don't know why. Essendon here have the chance to really bolster their top 4 chances by knocking off a injury-depleted Melbourne. People's First Stadium. Gold Coast, Port Adelaide. Gold Coast have not fumbled a game at People's First, and I was stupid enough to tip against them last time they played there. I'm not doing that mistake this week. MCG, Richmond, GWS. I've got to do something different here to really throw spanners in the works. I'm going Richmond at the MCG. Something about Richmond having GWS's number here at the G since that 2019 grand final is very synonymous with this game. I think Richmond do have another win or two in them for the season. I think this is very much winnable as well, given GWS's poor form throughout a period of this season. I think we can really expose that. And at Optus Stadium, West Coast hosting Brisbane in a game where Adam Simpson has opted not to coach but will toss the coin at the beginning of the game. I don't know. Brisbane for me quite comfortably. Time to recap. Collingwood, Fremantle, Sydney, Carlton, Adelaide, Essendon, Gold Coast, Richmond, Brisbane. Hoping me going Fremantle over Hawthorn and Richmond over GWS gives me just a little bit of a competitive edge moving into this particular round. That is it for another round of tipping. Do hope you guys have been enjoying the content I have been putting out. As I said at the top of the video, there will be a podcast hopefully dropping over the weekend, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Do hit that like button down below if you do enjoy what I'm doing, because it goes a long way to telling YouTube I'm doing something right around here. Hit that notification bell so you get that ring-a-ding-ding whenever I upload something new. I am open to suggestion for different types of content that you would like to see on this channel as well. So sound off in the comments. Let me know what you would like to see me do. And hit that subscribe button. Lastly, because without you guys getting behind this channel, we aren't going to go anywhere. And I would love if you took the time to get on board the community we are building, because the people that have done so far have really made the beginning of this journey so much greater. But that's it from me, guys. I'm out of here. Good luck to your teams this weekend. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.